Bread's bakery, and this is where they come for coffees afterwards. This is where the restrooms are, and they are just, if you just walk around the back of the building, well, just on the back here, it's 7 AM in the morning, they're open, they're clean and free to use as well. So I've just bumped into these guys, they're from Sydney in Australia.
That's right,
yeah.
Yes.
There's always someone come further for a park run than I have, no matter how far I travel, yeah. So you're saying you were across here for quite a while?
Here for a month.
Okay, yeah, brilliant. And your home park run is called?
Camden.
Camden, right.
Camden in Sydney.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're here. So yeah, trying this one out today.
Excellent, very good. Have a good.
And without this, man, we would have been lost.
I'm sure you wouldn't have been. No, there's plenty of other people turning up.
I was going to go right.
Oh yeah. Well, have a good run anyway. Yeah.
Thanks,
and we'll
guys.
see you later. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Thanks very much. Bye bye.
What an iconic view for a park run. So this morning, you can see by the backdrop, we're at Brooklyn Bridge Parkrun, event 6 here, 27th of September 2025. First event was 23rd of August this year. We had 538 finishers. The average 363, last week 285, and the average time is 31 minutes 45. Record attendance was week 1, and the lowest attendance was week 5 last week at 285. Another stunningly beautiful day today as well. Seems to have been the weather like this every week since it started. I'm sure it will change at some point. Male record 1650, female record 1850. My stats today, it's my 400th park run. I was going to come to the inaugural, but I managed to be patient and wait for event 6 this week, and it's my 244th location, although if you count my junior park runs, it's my 250th venue that I've been to. We came on the subway, Clark Street, lines 2 or 3, or AC lines to the High Street. We actually got the R line because we were up near Central Park. That came across to Court Street, and then it was maybe a 20-minute walk from there. Quite easy to get here, not a problem. Café, Bread's Café, Brooklyn Bridge Pier 1, which is where the park run starts as well, on the waterfront. Really easy to find. Course is 1 lap. As I said, starts on Pier 1, loops around Piers 2, 3, 5 and 6. Then you follow the Greenway back to Pier 1. At the end of the Greenway you turn left onto a tree-lined path up a short little incline. I call it a hill, but it's not a hill, before finishing in front of the granite steps. And you get, obviously, as you start and come round and finish, you've got spectacular views of the Manhattan skyline and Brooklyn Bridge. And you can also see in the background, if I turn the camera, you can see just over the bridge, that's the Manhattan Bridge as well, yeah, because that's the area to the right is called Dumbo, down under Manhattan Bridge overpass. See the Empire State Building in the centre of the picture there if you zoom in as well. Today's RD, your name is?
Beth.
Beth, and you're volunteering as well, are you?
Yeah, I'm volunteering.
And your name?
Andre.
Alright, thank you very much for putting this park run on.
Make sure you can hear me, keep filling in, come forward. Hello. Okay, welcome to Brooklyn Bridge Parkrun. My name's Ben. Given we have so many first timers each week, we do it a little bit differently. We're going to do a bit of an overview for I'll do a quick overview of the course, but the run director will go into more detail in her briefing. Parkrun's not before we go in, we're many tourists joining us today. Where are we from?
Ireland.
Ireland, welcome. UK, England. Anyone further afield? Guernsey, welcome. Australia. Okay, perfect. And do we have any true first timers to Parkrun today? Great, welcome too. Anyone that's brand new to Parkrun wants to come over to this side at the end, I'll do a kind of a bit of how Parkrun works and what to expect, just so all of our tourists know that already, so I'm not taking up their time. So Parkrun's not a race, you don't have to run it if you don't want to, you can walk the course or choose to volunteer or spectate or cheer, and no one will ever be last thanks to our wonderful tail walkers over by the water. A very quick description of the course. We're on Pier 1 now. We basically start at the top of the hill here, we'll lap round, we'll head out to Pier 2, which is the one you can see to your right. Then we come off that pier, lap the next pier, which is Pier 3, and then you carry on going until you hit Pier 5. There is no Pier 4, so you basically take every pier that you come to on the pier. You'll get to Pier 6, and there's a Marshal Andre there who will send you all the way back to the start with no piers on the way back. You'll come back to near where you started, you'll come up the hill here, sorry, you'll come back to where you started, and you'll finish right behind you, down on the water. We've got a map, and if anyone's running in like less than 20 minutes, maybe come and have a chat with me, and I'll give you a bit more of an in-depth overview, just so you don't lead people the wrong way.
So my hands don't work very well. I know where.
Anyone doing their first parkrun today? Any tourists here? Yeah, that's what I figured. Go ahead and shout out where you're from. You can. Alright, excellent. Welcome. Thank you for joining us today. I do have someone completing their 400th parkrun today. Where are we? There we are right here. Woo-hoo! Are there any other milestones? 100. Excellent. Alright, so some quick safety reminders. If you're running with an under 11, they must be within arm's reach of their supervising adults. 1 dog per participant, and on a short handheld lead. We will shortly be on a lead. Please remember we're sharing the space with other park users. This is Brooklyn. This is a very busy park. We need to keep to the right. So all of my Brits, please remember, keep to the right. Okay? Otherwise we get told off pretty darn quickly because once again this is Brooklyn. Okay? Be mindful of the course. There could be hazards on it. Any incidences, ask your nearest volunteer. We've got marshals out on the course, okay? So let us know what's happening. There's a defibrillator and a first aid kit at the finish. We please hope not to use it today. Alright, please everyone stay healthy. Remember that parkrun is not a race, it is a run. You know, we welcome our walkers. Please enjoy this as you wish. Today we have a few tail walkers. Right on over there we've got Michael as one of our tail walkers. We've got 2 more tail walkers. Thank you guys. That being said, let's have a huge round of applause for our volunteers. Any of our locals, if you're here and want to volunteer, please ask any of our current volunteers. We really need to grow our volunteer pool. So please think about it, consider it. We'd love to have the help.
Going that way, so seat yourselves behind me. Thank you. If it's easier, you can go around the grass.
Which is your local one then?
Alright.
So from where the RD did the briefing on the steps, at the top of those steps, if you walked up those, this is where the parkrun start is. Or what they did, they actually walked us back round the course. So this first 150 metres we'll do at the start, and it's also the last 150 metres of the parkrun as well. So we're just about to go, and we're off. This is my 400th parkrun. Slightly downhill here, and you can see the path's nice and wide. This is probably about as narrow as the path gets actually on the course. So this bit we're in is called Pier 1. It's also Brooklynbridge Park. Once we just get down here past these trees, we will get our first iconic view of Manhattan there. Beautiful weather as well today. There's a Brooklyn Bridge, and just on the other side it's the Manhattan Bridge as well. I think every week that this parkrun has been on, and this is week 6, the weather has been like this. It's probably about 18-19 degrees centigrade at the moment.
Thank you.
Just on the left here, this is where the finish is going to be when we come back round here. I'll describe the course in a minute. Nice wide smooth paths. There is some undulation on the course, and what they call the hill, but I would call a mound, man-made mound just on the right here where we started. Apparently there's a building buried underneath it. So the course runs round the Pier 1, round Pier 2 and 3, then they're much more rectangular shape. There is no Pier 4, around Pier 5 and 6, then all the way back up what's called the Greenway. It's a path, you can see we're just about to go onto it now when we turn right here. So we'll come back up here, but when we come back the other way we do a U-turn and go up this hill to where we started, and then back down to the finish. So this path twists as we go down here, but as we get to each pier we're going to run round each pier, but on the way back we don't run round any of the piers, we just come straight back up here. Not perfectly flat this part, the Greenway either, it's got lots of turns on it and slight undulation, whereas the piers are nice and flat. So today I'm just trying to run at a nice steady pace. I want to enjoy this being my 400th park run, make sure I can remember it, although I can watch this back of course if I want to watch it again. And, the moment this park run started I wanted to come and do this one. I was in New York last end of last year, but we went down to New Brunswick to do the Delaware and Raritan Canal Park Run. That was on Thanksgiving Day last year. So just a quick look to the right, that is the second pier, Pier 2. Lots of other runners as well, running in our direction and the other direction, all the way as we run around the course. Wonder if they wonder what we're all doing, or do we just look like other people are out jogging and running? So here we are, we're turning onto these next 4 piers, are all rectangular shape piers, all nice and flat. Looks like there's a roller hockey ring just on the left just here. Again, as you run up this one, lovely views looking across to Manhattan. It looks like they've got tennis courts as well inside these. Got the covers on top so they're in the shade as well. Well, as we get to this corner, this is probably about 1 kilometre approximately, and since we started the temperature is really, you can feel the heat in the sun now as the sun's coming up. Good job they started at 8 this weekend. Could be very hot in summer if you're here as well. A bit of shade along this end is nice. Right, I was just going to run over to the right then, take the shortest route, but I'm going to follow these two in front and run in the shade. You can feel as soon as I got into the sun you could feel the heat, and in the shade it's just that little bit nicer. Be nice as well, because as we finish running around all the piers, as we come back up the Greenway, we should occasionally see runners who are between the piers as well, running in the opposite direction to us. That'd be nice. As you can see, there's an arrow there, plenty of signs, and they've got marshals out on the course as well. Slight incline, this little bit just there, not much, only talking feet. Whereas the piers are lovely and flat. Here we go now onto the next one, onto Pier 3. Just looking across, can see everybody running on the last pier. Great views of Manhattan again. Not sure if this person are catching up in, well, either of these two. I don't know if these are just people out jogging or are they doing the park run. It's difficult to know. So if you do this, be careful. If you've only got one person in front of you, don't just follow that person blindly where they're going. Make sure you've looked at the course map first to understand where you're going. See if I can just pass him before we get around this corner. You could see then anyone was coming, so I could cut the corner off. You can also, when you come around these, if you look across to the right, you can actually see the Statue of Liberty in the distance as well. Very little shade on this pier on this side, not like the last one. Quick look across to see where the next pier is. There's a bit of a gap between the next one. There is no pier 4. There's pier 1 where we started. We've done pier 2, this is pier 3, and then it's pier 5 and 6, and there is a bit of a gap between this and the next pier, or a bigger gap than between the others. As we come off this one, this is approximately 2 kilometres done now. Back into the shade, which is really nice.
Thank you, Marshall.
Volunteer there for us will help us on this way out and on the way back. Feel okay at this pace that we're running as well. Like I said, I want to enjoy today more than push really hard. I'm pushing, but don't want to overdo it. To see where we go onto the pier just here. I can see where we're going now down here. They asked for us to keep right as well. This is America. They drive on the right and run on the right. See now, just down here, this is where we turn on to pier 5. Here we go. I'm just going to keep with this guy now to the finish. We seem to be very evenly matched on pace. Because I could push a little bit harder if I wanted to, but it's important to enjoy this one today. Although I do enjoy all of them, but I mean just at a more comfortable pace. I run along here, I'm sort of thinking, I wonder what it'd be like if it was really windy with the sea, with it blowing the water up. You know, I wonder if it gets waves. I suspect it does sometimes. We're nearly at the end of pier 5, just one more pier to go, and then all the way back up the Greenway to the finish. Looks like each pier's got something on to do with sport as well. That's what they're used for. one more pier left to go. This part of the path's nice and flat as well, just here. It's just that first bit covering the first few, towards the first few piers, where I think it twisted and turned a bit more and was undulating. Arrow pointing us to the right here, onto the last pier. Again, just having a look across, can see everyone behind. There's quite a few people behind. Well, this guy was just starting to ease off a little bit, but maybe not. I'm sure you can hear me, but you can see my shadow, of course, here as well, so I'll know that I'm right behind him. As we get to this corner, that's approximately 3 kilometres. And the final bit of this pier, and that's all the pier's done. Just trying to keep over slightly to the left just to get a bit of the shade. All the days we've been here, it's been 26, 27, maybe even 28 degrees C at the peak of the day. Don't know if that's unusually warm weather for this time of year in New York or not.
Thank you, Marshall.
So that's it, that's the last pier done. Volunteer there to point us back in the right direction. So it shouldn't be far up here. We'll be able to see other park runners as they go on to this last pier. In between piers 5 and 6, we'll be able to see them. There we are, we can see them all going on there. There they are coming off Pier 5. Trying to take the shortest route across here. These runners are about to go on to Pier 5. They're in between Piers 3 and 5. This guy seems to have slowed just fractionally, so I'm just going to go past him a little bit. I can hear him right at the side of me. The camera hasn't got the same wide vision that human eyes have.
Hold on, Michelle.
So at this point here, we're about 4 kilometres at this point now. roughly just here. We're just on the Greenway now, back up here. Just last kilometre to the finish. This guy, I'm sure this guy's going to come past me again. I think he is. Yep, here he comes. Maybe he was just struggling a little bit and now he's back in his pace. I'll stay with him. Once we get up here, and we do, you can see on the little map the U-turn where you go up the, as they call the hill. Like I've said before on park runs, I don't mind hills. I still find them hard, but I don't mind them too much. I'm going to, if I'm with him at that point, I'm going to push as we go up this hill, because once you get to the top it's very short. On the 150 metres to the finish it's downhill and then flat. Certainly feel like I've got plenty left at this point anyway, that I can push if I need to push hard. Pier 2 on the left, we're past there. I know it looks like I've passed him again, but he's right to the side of me. See the Brooklyn Bridge in the distance there. Just know that we're going approximately to that point and then doing a sharp U-turn up the hill. To this corner now, and I'm going to push to the finish then. Being as I've not given it 100% all the way around, I've got a little bit left to push hard. Dardy did say after this path to the left, you could actually take this path to the left just there, but the course is actually just goes round here and then a bit of a sharper left turn. There we go, left here. Just going to start pushing now, just try and get past this guy as we get onto the incline. It's not a steep incline and it's not too far to the top. It started just as we turned the sharp 180 degrees. I'll just let you know when we get to the top. This point just here, this is where we started the park run. So we're at the top now of that hill. Now it's downhill till we get to the waterfront and then flat to the finish. Can't hear the guy I passed on the hill or the other guy I was following around behind me. I think they've dropped off a little bit. I'm just going to keep my pace going to the finish. Quick look there just to check and see if I could see them. Again, iconic view and the Brooklyn Bridge. Now we've come down the hill, this is the flat bit. You can see it's not far to the finish now, it's just over on the left hand side. Quick check to make sure no one's sneaking up on me just before the finish. And across the finish line, and 21.18. Same well guide to this guy in front. I just saw him when we were at the start, we were side by side, and position 20. That's pretty good today, really pleased with that, as I am nearly every week. Just wait to get my barcode scanned.
GoPro on the go. Pardon? You upload that after? Yeah. Yeah, Runparkrunwithme. Runparkrun with on me. YouTube, yeah. I'll give it a look. Oh, cheers. Doesn't help.
This guy on the left, he did the first time as welcome. He also ran with his dog after doing that volunteer role. He must have finished way in front of me.
You need to move back a long way, I think.
Get my barcode scanned, and I'll go and get a volunteer's jacket. And I said I'd help with barcode scanning today. They'd only got one initially, so I made up the second, and he was the third.
Course review. What stunning views you get on this park run. When you're running, you've got to take time to look around when you're running. It's all on tarmac paths. Start on Pier 1, run around Pier 2. There is no Pier 3, but you run around Piers 4 and 5. A slight little bit of undulation on some bits as you go out, and then as you come all the way back up the Greenway, you do a sharp left turn, and where you started on the top of they call it a hill, but it's not a hill. You run up there and then down and then come back along the same way as where you started, with stunning views of Manhattan skyline and Brooklyn Bridge. Amazing park run. Love this course. It may be just tarmac paths around here, but beautiful. Very warm today as well. To get to the coffee shop, you just continue walking towards the bridge after you've finished. It's just round this corner. Just turn to the right and the coffee shop's just there. It's called Breads. From Manhattan across there, you can we came last time we were, you can come across on the ferry. It's only a short trip across there, and the ferry stops just here on this pier, which is like Pier 1, and this is where the parkrun starts. It's probably only a 2-minute walk from the ferry to the parkrun start, and I think the ferry's called Dumbo is where it comes to, which is down under Manhattan Bridge overpass, which is the second bridge you can see in the background. The coffee shop, you order at this window here and then collect at this window there. It says no tap to pay. This means you can't pay with a tap with your card. You have to put the card in the machine. That's all today. It's core team here. One thing to mention of this park run is, remember, it starts at 8 o'clock in the morning. There were a couple today that turned up just after 8 o'clock, but managed to jog along and catch up with the tail walkers for it. And I've heard in previous weeks people have turned up late as well, so remember that it starts at 8 o'clock. Get to Parkrun, if you go down on the R line, you can also, if you get off at the southern end of Manhattan, you can then just walk to Wall Street and get the ferry across as well. We did that last year, but we're going to get the ferry back across this time, just turn it round. It's only a few dollars to go across. that's it. That's another park run done. That was my 400th park run. 244th location, but if you count my 6 junior locations, that would be 250 today, so sort of another milestone there as well. So thank you for watching. We're here for a few more days, and then from here I'm flying back to UK, but then straight off to Germany for next week's for Unity Day park run on Friday and Saturday. Please give me a like or hit the subscribe button in the bottom corner. I really appreciate it if you do. Thanks for watching, and that's it. That's a wrap.